Natsume is a character that has a lot of even matchups that can be quite annoying. Hibiki is yet another one. This character has enough tools to handle Mai's very strong gameplay. However, Mai's just such a strong character that kind of doesn't.
Yeah, I think the control here, if Holo has it, can be a big part of it. I know jump C from Hibiki is very important. Jumping tool to kind of fool around in the neutral, but having the crouch C, just the C buttons in general can be really nice. And then, you know, the Stardust will have to take the risk of a DP to get the pressure up, unless you have some good barriers here. Gets tagged after the hop, and a nice lead for Holo.
And as you can see there, that one setup that Holo was actually a safe jump. Where they can do a falling JC and OS, the knockdown right there. So there's that.
Yeah, again, it'd be tricky on the defense part here for Stardust. To have to really utilize meter well. Takes the burst immediately on the counter hit. Didn't want anything to do. There's the drive, but just put yourself in the corner, eats a full combo. And now Holo doesn't have much to worry about. There's no meter for DPRC. There's no more burst or overdrive. And this is just like the perfect spot, although we get the jump C out.
Goes for a straight up throw, but doesn't pay off. Catches the roll with the overhead right there.
Yeah, that's one thing I like a lot in that mid-range, is those B normals from Hibiki can be very, very good. So many multi-hit, especially the crouch variations, every little thing to put pressure on, but it's still a huge lead for Holo right there. There's the counter salt into the corner, dive immediately out. Jump C doesn't work, but a jump C from Holo should make it a quick finish here for the first game. Oh, not quite.
That's a little drop. Kind of happens sometimes with this game. The low from the stance into the overhead from the stance trips up everyone every time.
Yeah, and the danger's there too, right? With all the meter that Holo had, it's just, even if you block the overhead, the RC there, or just charge forward, and it's not really a chance for Stardust. Has to really just take all that barrier and pray.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing is, Mai can chunk your barrier if used properly. Her little flurry attack right there, along with she has a little projectile follow-up off of one of her strings that chunk your barrier.
Finally, with her Stardust with her first big full combo there, gets the overhead immediately. We have the corner pickup, so a little bit extra damage into the Susanoo drop, and now this is the perfect spot. All of this bar, try to go for a setup into a grab, but nice up back. Always going to be tricky, I think, to maybe get a throw on a character like Mai, who very likes to go airborne, has some great backdashes, and just no reason not to hop.
Something Hibiki can do to catch the flip, however, is, as seen before, just going for overhead, going for a flip of any kind will handle Mai's flip. It's mainly that it beats lows if you try to medium lows. It's a very knowledgeable.
Yeah, Stardust though, she got a nice early round there to try to help bring this back against Holo. I like the sequencing. Once you started hitting our combos, it looked pretty sharp all the way throughout, but the defense is going to be the hard part here. As once again, getting jailed into the corner. Nice big full combo from Holo. Has all the bar here to get a nice little setup, as well as just keep this momentum going.
Tries to go for the throw, but gets the burst out of Lucy right there.
See, the thing, one of those things, like, you don't have you have a game around lead, and you're already gonna have a lot of life loss, so I'm not really sure how well that burst is gonna pay off here, because you're already getting hit by another combo from Holo. I was gonna need not much there to finish the round, so now Stardust will probably get the burst near the end of the next round if things don't go her way, and Holo now has everything in his hands.
A very big upside to that kind of timing the burst, however. Ooh, the cross-up right there. That was going to be a big damage starter. Holo is smart enough to burst out.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, specials you don't want to go to the well too often, the 2-1-4D, but you get that counter hit. It's so juicy, so understandable. Holo busting out from it. Nice! We get the air stance into the 8th version for some bounces. Try to catch a tech with the command grab, but nice delay tech from Holo to avoid it.
The keep it simple here. This gives you a regular safe jump right there, but Lucy doesn't care. Back right there.
That is the Hibiki dream. That's the one thing every Hibiki player just wants. Nothing more than anything else is have 50 meter and go for the air command grab into RC. It's so much damage, and it's also it's a big mind fuck. You just sit there like, God damn it.
Yeah, out of nowhere, all you're thinking is like, okay, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? Now you're getting hit by the overhead follow-up, the pressure reset, or just a straight-up overhead.
There, though. Another early tag here for Holo, and Stardust already in the corner. Nice barrier on the C, so avoided getting like hit by a reset.
Big counter hit. Lucy knows better to burst there.
Alright, Holo, I like this. A lot of bar, early lead. No punish on the not any pressure after the dive. So Holo is just being able to maneuver pretty safely here without an issue. But again, the second time this set that's hit pretty clean with a counter.
And it causes this very air stall-y effect right there, which can be very, very strong. Not close enough to the corner to finish that combo off.
Okay.
Right,
good counter assault. I like that. Should have meter again, 50 meter again very soon, but we find the delayed air dash and the overhead reset. This is big. There is no burst on Holo's side. It's eating so much damage here. One more setup can give Stardust this round and put it on match point. What a trade.
Both players out there, both at a one-hit scenario right here, trying to take this round.
Good counter assault. Pixel life left. Counter assault right back at you. I wouldn't DP if I were you. Just at the barrier and hope for the best in the same side dive. Connects Holo match point. That has been like, I think, 100% hit rate for Holo. No one's ever ready.
Lucy
nice.
Lucy just playing very well around flip right there. Holo player very known for how willing they are to just say screw it, I'm gonna flip.
Okay. A 2-1-4C right into the RC to keep this pressure going. Gets a jump B and the staggered lights, but didn't confirm it, and giving Holo a chance to get out of the corner. Trade spots here, but Stardust with active flow. DPs again. We have not had a DP block whatsoever from Hibiki, but Holo finds a big confirm here.
Opts not to go for the safe jump, probably to try to catch the roll out right there. Nothing comes of it.
Walks the cross up. Again, cross up again. Nice IBs. Good defense here from Stardust. Gonna go for it. Oh, but the block on the EA. Unfortunate. I like the idea, but it doesn't work.
Light flub from Holo. Do they pay for it?
Oh my goodness. Next hit can do it for either one. Can Stardust stay in the game? We're playing by inches. We find the spear and the cross-up does it. Holo takes our first game and set of the ladder over Stardust in what was a nail-biter. Have to do their best.
So there are two endings to this here. Either Xtremesonic plays 9 the Phantom and, you know, has a 9 the Phantom, or Zen is Zen. Sometimes there's no better way to explain Zen than this. So far, everything seems fairly normal so far. Both of these players so far, Zen is 1-1, whereas I believe this is Xtremesonic's first game, and that's also going to be his first round loss. Right there, Zen goes up 1.
And not even a Ragna perfect. Didn't even get a touch of damage or a touch of chip, so now it's Zen just recognizing that I was going to run in, run forward, and do what we got to do our best here, as getting a little bit of hits in finally Xtremesonic after that first round, answering back a little, and Zen stuck in this corner, forced to defend here. Trades, and not the worst situation, but still stuck.
damage-wise, Xtremesonic definitely got the best of that, and got the best of that round as well. Trying to do reversals in the middle of Nine's Kunzite is very much so pain. Most of the time you will trade, and she will be in favor or outdamage me. So, lovely. Ragna, character with like particularly large normals, doesn't stand a candle to how big Nine's buttons can be. That's a very unfortunate EP right there from Zen.
I mean, you mentioned the dichotomy of the matchup. Zen had that one like early air dash in and went to town, and then next rounds, Nine having such an advantage at round start. Like that's like the perfect spacing that she could ever ask for. Like it's a character like Ragna, where it's so easy for her to either just like make space by backdashing or putting out one of those really long range normals, and all Zen can really do is kind of have to be patient at round start, and then because that happens, Xtremesonic gets in control of just being able to build up spells and just start the pace from the get-go.
Yeah, and I'm the Phantom, a character that just steamrolls you sometimes. Zen's Ragna is very prone to steamrolling people as well, however. So you can see right here. Tries to go for the Gauntlet Hades, but Xtremesonic ready, but not ready for a punish.
Oh, and soft places, this is big. Xtremesonic putting Zen in the corner. We're going to get the lows. It's solid blocks, but unfortunately he can't block the rock overhead. Connects, and then we trade, but don't get a pickup, and a 5A, 5D anti-air. It's going to give Zen a lot of life back and the life lead. Counter assault? Let's see. No, reversal super, okay.
Both players in a precarious situation right here.
Watch out, punish.
Binked it on the EA and it didn't pay off.
I like the idea there, and if it was more commit from Xtremesonic or a more delay of a button, it could have been fantastic. It's just now Zen with barely any barrier or any burst to hold on to. Xtremesonic, all the life in the world, full burst gauge, already gets the Kunzite, gets a small drop, but I mean, like at this point, you just play your game.
Right now, Xtremesonic just making the pace of the game, Zen using the real back part of the... There's the 5D we were talking about, the Zen 5D, of course.
Gets a small hit, we try to go for Gauntlet Hades, Xtremesonic has blocked it, not punished it, and now we're just making all the space here, all the meter in the world, everything we can hope for, but okay, double block into EP. It's something, but the punish. And last chance for Zen here.
One more hit. Since it's higher up right there, it's going to go for longer, and like beating the burst, Xtremesonic. Simple too though. They let that one round happen.
Unfortunately, I'll live up to their name, right?
Yeah, it's a little too dark. So you get started into this. They're happening enough to take that knockdown. Immediately bursting because the Fatal right there. Very risky to take right there.
Yeah, and just throwing out a Mammy Circle like that. I like the call out. Dark's already kind of playing how they throwing stuff out. And momentum is a big part of it too. You get the items, get the right stuff set up. The bubble is active as well into the command grab. There's so much things you have to worry about on a goofy character like Platinum. Having a command grab, I think it's just like icing on the cake.
Yeah, for sure. This character has a parry. Temporarily, she has one of the best DPs in the game, depending on where they are in their item list as well. This character is very, very difficult to handle.
And getting first item Kitty Stick, that is so frustrating. But we do get a grab. Dark's gonna hit the scythe. Nice little combo to the corner here. So now Dark Soul's gonna have to kind of hold this. The parry is an option, but still gonna have to defend. And instead, getting grabbed by another throw.
Now, Dark plays this correctly, this could be a one-touch game. And like, Commentators curse?
It's alright, we bounce back. I like the delayed 6D. That was a nice little catch on the backdash. Even though we fumbled it, we're still in prime position to take the round back. And it's been a snowball for either one, whoever got going first. Ooh.
Gonna get a nice bit of damage here into solid. Double.
Time to fry.
It's okay, Dark. We're all getting hit.
Right. Oh, hold on.
Big blood sight.
I like it. We're gonna get our perfect combo here. And again, the Ragna privilege of getting a little bit of life back if we play it right, but the early throw doesn't work out, but the reset does into 6B. Gonna activate. I don't like this. Get as much life back as possible on the short overdrive.
Not enough combo timer right there. Ragna, character that some Ragna players like to joke that this character isn't designed like a CF character. It's very funny for the main character to get that kind of reputation.
So we had the Super Hammer, kind of spent both of it, but the Cat Stick, we almost had a small combo off of the present. Immediate burst, last chance for Dark Souls. Main circular again with the 5A anti-air. Dark gonna steal away that first game. Again, using the overdrive to cement your life lead and just saying, I don't got the meter to be devoured by darkness. I don't have a way of closing this out well enough, but I can put myself in a position where Dark Souls 2 doesn't have a good item lined up and has to play from behind. Really cool decision making.
Let's see if you can continue this going into the next round. Just good parry from BS2, but just immediately going straight back in, getting a combo off that counter hit Hellsfang. We're gonna get a nice little knockdown, and Dark Souls 2 has to hold this right here. Tries to throw twice, and just immediately... That's like the Street Fighter like Phantom Handshake, if you've seen that before.
Overhead as well, and then we're just nickel and diamond with a perfect as Dark up match point against Dark Souls 2. The handshake is what we call it in Grand Blue as well, so it's always funny seeing situations where no one ever really reacts to the whip throw and then they get caught putting their hand in the cookie jar right after, trying to take their turn back. Right, so no IBs. Okay, the Zen with the 5D. There's not been any IBs against the Hellsfang, excuse me. But just defense-wise, been a little tricky here for Dark Souls 2. Dark though DP's out, gets a small hit, no full confirm, but just needs one more solid one to take this. Although I think this is probably one of Dark Souls 2's best items they play with, the Halo, and gets them some solid damage. Oh my God! Tech roll back immediately, Hellsfang. Oh no!
A very unfortunate burst from BS2, and Dark is gonna add 1 to their score in this ladder right here.
The Domi burst, the bane of any
BS2, and Mitsudo Enjoyer, who I mentioned beforehand, is faking LukeSky.
Right here on stream. Here we go. A little bit of Tsubaki versus 9. I Tsubaki, when she gets resources and gets on top, I think can do the thing, but again, at the round start, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of that nonsense that 9 likes to do. But again, it's all dependent on situations like that. You saw the immediate burst on the anti-air, but George does not want LukeSky to be able to start, but we do have 1 stock available. We're going to the corner, and now it's time for Tsubaki moments. Never mind, it isn't. We just hit the buttons as soon as we stop blocking.
LukeSky happens first out right there. Seeing how far they could take this. Keep this knockdown simple. Get out.
This is a different 9, but the same wake up super connects, but immediate air dash in. I like this from LukeSky. Has a lot of bar. Are we gonna spend it? Ooh, chance. Did not get the pickup though.
Decided, no, we're just on the neutral. Screw it. I hate you. I'd imagine this matchup's sort of a variant of how maybe a character like Kuragane would handle Mind the Phantom. Obviously, Tsubaki a lot slower than some of the other heroes, but still has decent speed. Amazing staggers literally built into her kit. She has follow-ups on each of her buttons.
Yeah. I feel like very, very sticky character when she gets in that preferred range, which LukeSky has shown pretty well, but we got the orbital cannon, gonna drop it, and solid blocks. There's the low as well. LukeSky waiting for it, try to hit the 2C anti-air, but gets hit immediately. Now Mitsuru Enjoyer with all the bar and the unblocks, and nice dash to beat out the DP. Good call on that, especially because LukeSky had meter to RC to make it safe, but you can't RC on whiff, and we're rolling around a piece. Good call out.
Mitsuru Enjoyer backdashing around start just to make some space right there. If you can't press there, that's a solid starter right there, but there's no stocks to make it really hurt.
Mitsuru Enjoyer's done the forward roll a lot. Got called out twice, finally had a pickup, but bursting to put LukeSky in the corner, a good call, and made the risk worth it. We find a hit, nothing major from it, but we're still in jail in this corner here. Never mind, I lied.
Sometimes I like to lower the rim and pretend I'm not sooner.
Alright, second reversal super. It's going to connect. Same situation, but avoids the air dash in. One more hit here from LukeSky. Goes for the RC. There's the grab, and that should do it.
Keep it simple, and LukeSky taking the first game here.
You wouldn't expect a character with like a small sword and a book to be such a threat, but Tsubaki finds a way.
Yeah, this character does too much damage depending on what she has available to her.
Like, both of her variants are just annoying in their own ways. Her Izayoi just is not fun to deal with either, or maybe a lot more on the side of Izayoi's side, with Tsubaki, who always considered one of those like potential gorilla characters, can be a menace. Although Mitsuru Enjoyer in active flow gets the overhead into the Kunzite and takes a perfect round. Nice answer back.
Keeps it simple and just smashes straight through. Take this grab, bring him to the corner. Opts not to try to roll out, but gets hit by the command grab there. And gets 2 stocks for it right there. Now Mitsuru Enjoyer in a scary spot.
I love that delay jump. Double overhead. Pretty good. Nice though. Overdrive. Mitsuru Enjoyer got perfect spot. This is what I love to see. Bursts are great, but hitting these perfectly timed overdrives and they'll punish. Setting up again the unblockable into the bait. And then the fairy helping out with the bait as well. These DPs from LukeSky got out of the corner, but took a lot of damage just even getting out.
Getting the OTG right there. Can LukeSky push this? Or not? Baits are... Keeps it simple, straight into the super.
I love that too, because it's been almost every wake up with meter, Mitsuru Enjoyer has gone for that super, so LukeSky did a great job of avoiding it to make sure you can't RC, gets that full punish, taking down a match point. And both players understanding each other's, the other opponent's tendencies super well. Mitsuru Enjoyer, early burst, I like that. If you can find a situation to get into active flow, maybe we can get it back, but it's going to be tough. Early hit though, nicely done.
Big Kunzite right there. They're gonna get the refreeze right here. Good blocks from LukeSky. Tries to walk out. Fire aim right there.
Oh, same side! That's chunky! And look how much restocks we're gonna get. Being in overdrive. 2, 3! The damage is already there, but the 5B is gonna whiff. And we did.
Mitsuru Enjoyer again, just keeping it simple. 9 a character that can be extremely effective if you just You just keep it simple and just go for the mix-ups. Yeah.
It feels bad though, because we had, if you're LukeSky, you had all of the meter, you had full stocks, everything was looking your way, but because 9 is so hard to just stay on top of sometimes, and even into anti-air as well. Okay, early overdrive, we want to get some free stocks in immediately. You're getting early hit, can't burst back, and that's almost 4. And then we just DP the EA. Okay, Luke, I see you.
That's the kind of play that like wins you the set right there. Enjoyer needs to do their best to not let that happen, but it's looking like that might be the case.
This is 100% a Tsubaki round. We still got all this meter. We still have 4. We catch the roll forward, and Enjoyer again. You are not allowed to roll out of the corner. That 2B covering both sides. LukeSky, match point off the perfect round.
LukeSky ready for that, but gonna take this combo and need to Enjoyer online. This is a character that can run that steamroll kind of comeback if needed.
Oh, hold on. Air to air. Counter hit. Off to the corner we go. We don't get the dive. We do have a stock available. We're going to spend it on the side swap. Finding the 2 Enjoyer. Doesn't have many spells available here, so it's going to be a tough part. As LukeSky almost has 50 meter. Can spend it however they need to with the God Hand. Chunky hit.
Guard cancels them out.
Ooh.
Just barely going for the Racy right there. That could have been big damage for LukeSky.
Air counter hit here from the 2 Enjoyer. Doesn't get a confirm off it though. Enjoying a life lead, but that could be evaporated quickly. The double anti-air is not good. We don't finish our combo though. But 2 Enjoyer giving LukeSky more opportunities here, but there's the pickup. That should be the round.
Or it's just as simple as here comes the giant rock.
It's a pretty good way to end the round, alright? That giant rock has done wonders for every 9 players' careers for a very long time. But the command grab, 2 stocks in, and an early hit. No burst here from the 2 Enjoyer. It's going to have to take it.
Gets caught for probably trying to jump out immediately, but LukeSky just ahead of it. Trades the barrier out.
We got a low hit before the Kunzai, so that's something. And we blocked the overheads though. And we have to RC the Crimson Raider EA on the jump back, so no punish. But the Enjoyer can even things up here.
Very annoying to punish move right there. They're just go in.
Command grab. Okay, we have the meter for an RC next hit. Oh, I love that. What a blast. That was so cool from LukeSky to step back into just the using the stock to get the tackle, to get the finish there, but to try to escape in some way. 2-1. LukeSky takes that.
With low tier new question mark is new actually that Soliloquy will make you think otherwise.
Okay, well, interesting little matchup to see how this plays out, as already early hits from both. Holding on to our resources to make sure we don't lose out on a burst just in case. I like probably overdrive for either one as necessary. But Soliloquy, good early hits here. Tsubaki stuck in this corner, and now in jail as the shot is waiting out in the back.
A very, very threatening thing right there, where it's just like it's like New has a partner in crime, just like with a gun pressed against your head the entire time you're fighting.
Yeah, well, having or like a sniper just waiting on the roof, just has your back, take the shot, an early hit again, as Aka not getting a chance to play again. The gravity seed is good. Small little reset into a full conversion as well. Okay.
The main issue that New suffers from very low damage character, but Soliloquy opting to go into overdrive and also get back with the Just trip the Parka.
Yeah, not ready for that low spin the wheel. And, I mean, New is a character that is having to pay for her Calamity trigger crimes. Seeing what happened when they dropped this character, and everyone was like, oh no. And just tearing through most every matchup, and it was, it was the new show for right now. Harkening back to those days, good start for Soliloquy in game number 2 already.
Yeah, this character still to this day. Fun fact, if she does the little sniper move while in overdrive, it'll actually do double for fun.
For fun, of course.
For fun.
For a laugh, it's very funny for the opponent to get hit twice. And again, what a clean round. Soliloquy is just on a tear. And you mentioned they're a newer player, huh?
No. They just
I said that. Okay.
No.
I misheard you earlier, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, just running into the blender. I don't like that. I think Aka's kind of at a loss here. So they're just throwing caution to the wind and hoping for the best here. Yeah.
Could also be some sort of news on there as well. Maybe lack of motivation happens. Sometimes it's just not your day, but it is still a quiz day today.
Oh yeah, no, that's any win's a big win, and that's gonna be another little notch in their belt. Variety is always the name of the game, and a variety top 8 is nothing that I don't expect. It's something that I expect pretty much there. So I think with that win, Soliloquy. Let's take a look.
Soliloquy will put
that character.
Yeah.
But this is a tough one here. It is Adrothjp. This is one of the top dogs in NA, and there's the walk back into immediate hit. Not a full combo, but we get some unlocks. We have Michael Sword, and that's already scary if we can get a solid hit here.
This matchup's very difficult in the sense that we're about to see exactly why. Ragna wanting to be this mid-range character, fighting characters with bigger normals than him, not always the best feeling. Additionally, Susanoo does a lot of damage, and Ragna has the lowest health nickname. So if Ragna does not get going, he could get 2-touched.
Counter into 5A at least saves your bacon a little bit. We got an early unlock of a DP, immediate button press on the tech there, and again, it's just that mid-range distance that Susanoo plays at. Crush trigger, gets a clean hit. There's the burst up from Aerodat, and he misses the 2-touch, has to be careful. He's gonna get some life back at least, but it's a hard road.
Trying to stay stable, but Adrothjp, also very fundamentally sound player. If you saw their comment in game, their combos aren't the sole thing that they're known for. Very good DP from their back.
Had to spend it, now has none to stay safe here. We have almost every unlock, so we're gonna see literally all but 2 moves. Same winged chest. Game 1 to Adrothjp is Aerodat. Let it rip the second time, but live by the DP, die by the DP.
Yeah, something very, very difficult to deal with about Susanoo is that 6B right there, which is why Aerodat DP'd in the first place. Even if you IB it, it is still plus. It's just less plus. And it being less plus lets you do stuff like DP and RPS. So it's still in Susanoo's favor right there. But as you see right there, Aerodat has a chance to get out. Very
early. I like seeing more lightning from the Susanoo players. They get it early and they use it really well. It's a fast move. And it's fun to see how more well versed they are in all of the specials. Gets a quick spin dash, no block on it, so Aerodat gonna eat all of this, and next hit should do it. This is a little scary spot here. You have a DPRC just in case, but you spend it on a raw DP. Good against the crush trigger and the 5 anti-air. Let's get some life back, but I want to see Aerodat spend a little bit of that bar.
Just gets a simple safe jump right there. Both characters out of one-touch situation right here.
There was no DP for Adroth, so had the crush trigger there to stay safe. We have Carnage Scissors available if we need it. Maybe we can call out special from full screen. Double counter assault, so this is the perfect opportunity. Arrow had a burst though, getting hit there. 6-day counter hit. Hold on, can we finish it?
Keeps it simple. Yes, we do. Good Carnage from Aerodat right there. Going up around, let's see if they could keep up this momentum, but no burst going into this round is going to make it difficult.
Yeah, it was an expensive ask, but I mean, getting a round at least builds some confidence at the start. We have the lightning available already. You see it being utilized. 2C is the stupidest button, and it is going to work out here for massive damage on the Bluebee.
Gets caught trying to get out by the 2A. I'm not going to do too much damage because 2A is like the rare starter that doesn't do a lot of damage. But this will finish the job here. Adroth keeping it simple, going straight to super. And we go next round. Very, very side effect of this super since it takes so long. Both players get like 1 or 2 ticks of burst back in the process.
Yeah, you're sitting there watching the movie. Oh no! Activated OD, didn't EA, the second part wasn't ready. As Adroth is gonna get double spin dash, has the ground viper. Oh no. This is our last chance in this set here for Arrow. Has to guess for their life.
Good block from Aerodat. Another good block, but unfortunate. Unfortunate way to go out. Very, very solid play from them. Hopefully we end up seeing them in this top 8 picture as well.
Top 8 cut.
Wheel of Fate is turning.
That's for sure.
Rebel
And
1,
as we see, Dark Souls 2 is making a bit of a resurgence. Last time we checked up on them, it was 1-2 was their record. Now they're at 3-2. So they're gonna get streak rolling. Additionally, Chickzama seems to maybe have a slight rough in the patch. Just as we're gonna get this rough matchup right here between MacMens and Omega Shenreezy.
This one's important here. Both players a little bit on the near the bottom at 2-4 and 2-5. So a big win here can help them out a lot to up the rankings. But the DPRC on the Sentinel dump gonna get a quick punish. The backdash there to maybe avoid the DP from MacMens. Instead, we're gonna find a grab, get the counter hit throw, and round 1 for Omega Shenreezy.
This matchup's just very. I hate you, let's die. There's I just hate you, we're gonna die together.
No, both these characters want one thing, and that's just to beat the crap out of the other. Another grab, it's worked out. It's 2 for 2 for Omega Shenreezy as MacMens getting caught out here. Only the sword unlock though. Still, nasty button. I wonder how MacMen's going to get around it. Luis is going for the Rekka. Does not block the final hit.
Lariat's back in. Cross up with 5A right there. Gets the high mark.
Okay. No Blackhawk Stinger. Doesn't want to extend the damage. Double. I don't know about that burst. The hero burst here is going to get just dive kicked on. Now this is a really rough spot for Shenreezy. I didn't like that burst one bit.
That might be the choice that lets MacMens run wild.
Spinneroonie. Blocks the overhead. The follow-up's going to get punished. I like that call from MacMens. We have 1 weak point there, double weak point as well, and then the air dash is going to hit.
be able to opts not to cash out, instead gets the fight.
Go for a launch here? No, we still have a low weak point. Oh my god!
Big Yakuza kick right there. Big DP right there, and MacMens finishing the job right there and taking the lead.
No, I love that DP. DPing, when you have all that meter and such a big life lead, as soon as your opponent gets a chance to kind of go for a scramble, especially when you've been slugging it out so hard at neutral, it's just like, it is just the statement of just saying, no, we're not doing this. We're finishing this here, and you don't got a DP of your own to save your bacon. Oh, another Fable.
An early burst right there.
And it was only like the Gustav hit. Gustav, you're not getting much unless the counter hit.
Yeah,
so
it's the follow-up off of Fatal 5C, which doesn't lead to 2 knowledge.
Okay, go on. Shenreezy got unlocks. We got a couple of good ones here, but Gustav, nice DP on the crossover. I like our options. MacMens can't DP for free yet. They're not gonna end here though, so MacMens gets a big hit.
And just hits him with the 5B right there. Very, very strong standing overhead.
And since you're so big as Susanoo, you still gotta kind of have to be careful. You're gonna be more susceptible to situations at a farther distance. Nice ID to the full combo here. We're gonna get the high weak point. Gonna cash that with the 5D as well.
Both weak points here. Hits him on the top of his head with that 5D.
Gustav RC, that should be it. And a clean 2-0 from MacMens as they show who is the big boss, who's the real muscle monster here out of these two.
That brings MacMens, I believe. These are 2 players who are in a situation where it might be do or die for either one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Chickzama now, they have a under 50% record. So this is one of those really important matches. They have to. But this is also a run back of Texas Showdown. Both of these players had a great battle between the two, but Dark Souls 2 ended up coming out on top of that and already navigates the Ouroboros, finds a counter hit, off to the corner you go.
Not able to finish that combo off and gets air thrown for the flood right there.
There's one thing that Chickzama is very good at scouting out. They have a tendency to be airborne, either defensively or just normally because of the nature of the character. And their air throw rate is really stellar.
Yeah, so even among other Hazama players, say if it's Hazama or whoever it may be, Chickzama has a particularly high rate of air throws. But not enough blocking high, it seems.
Gotta get bonked! Right? Everyone gets caught and picking air throws. Again, recognizing when people try to air them and just getting these grabs. So again, a nice crisp 3K. We have no more chains available at the moment, and we get a nice anti-air hit on the side of Dark Souls 2.
An additional thing that's not entirely visible. Great anti-air from Chickzama, by the way, but something not entirely visible. Because there is no great air again. But as you may see, throwing adds a lot to the active play. Throwing overheads and guard crushes add a lot to active play. As such, you see right there, Chickzama going into active flow, popping OD, keeping it simple, finishing this combo.
Yeah, with Superfan, which is the enhanced frying pan, that could have been such a big threat in combo routing potential if Dark Souls 2 found a way back in to bring it back. I like that, like Dark Souls 2 recognizes, oh my gosh, this is 4 for 4 for your air grab. So much of Chickzama's damage has come from that, as Dark Souls 2 has not gone with the mindset of teching in these situations. Oh, catches the back roll though with the 3C into OD. That's really good.
Get a small knockdown here. set it up with the 6C. Tries to fuzzy, but Chickzama just getting out very, very quickly.
Right. Only you don't get many of these missiles, so kind of all that meter gone already. As Chickzama navigated that well, but we don't have any barrier. It is danger, and this is extra scary. Any cat stick could be huge damage, and our air throw of ourselves. Look how much this does.
Chickzama knowing better, opting to get out of there with the burst. Your barrier very slowly coming back.
Ooh, hold on.
Great DP follow up off of the stance right there. Not able to finish that combo.
Meow! Up that cat stick again. That is such a good. I love that special, especially against a character like Hazama that wants to get around. Almost had to pick up.
Cat noises is not what I expected out of my good friend Wrath here.
Oh, the ground throw. Unfortunately, Chickzama's ground throw game maybe not as good as the air throw one. Is Dark Souls up backs gets the hit and takes the first game.
This could be a massive momentum shift in Dark Souls' favor. Currently, they are at 4-2, so if they get put to 5-2, this could be pretty massive for them. So move on.
Yeah, big for them to move forward, and then big on Chickzama's side, it keeps them in the game. Like they need this to have a chance, I think, to at least stay close to potentially qualifying. Okay, double maybe circular, gonna get the burst out of Chickzama, who spends both the chains, is up backing, but unfortunately because we didn't have follow-ups, couldn't get himself out of the situation, and we find the anti-air from DS2. The sound effects are so good. Not only are you getting your ass beat, you're getting born down.
It's so amazing. It just makes you feel like you're like actually just facing a magical well. I mean, you are.
It's true, you are. But it feels like you're getting hit by a Looney Tunes character, which is even just as good. It literally has Hammer's face, and you see it there with the 16-ton mallet, finishing it off, and now match point Dark Souls 2.
Great though again from Chickzama right there. Again, fueling that active flow. Invisible bar. Again! Right there. Baits out E2.
Striking out like that, alright. That's big on Chickzama there. Pitching almost a perfect game to late command grab. Should be the round here, and a perfect back. What a... I love that. Hell yeah.
Chickzama saying I'm not gonna die on my back right here. For the snake, I might die on my stomach instead.
Okay, nice cute parry there, but unfortunately that's a 3.6k punish. And now Chickzama is in their element here. You see them just zip zooming. I love it.
Yeah, that's very... We're trying to get out the way, and gets cracked by the overhead.
That is one thing I love that Hazama's had since the inception. 6A into Hotenjin is so cool, but overdrive into the sweep is a chance here for Dark Souls 2. We're gonna have the power up on the hammer, so you gotta be careful. You can get an unblock or worse if you're not ready, but say we are ready with the air throw.
And again, that air throw has been the story of this set. Right now. Last game, there were some issues towards the second half of it where the S2 was doing a great job of avoiding Chickzama's air throws, but Chickzama's figuring out, okay, this is what the S2 wants to take their air approaches with, and the S2 doesn't seem to be ready to reciprocate.
No, that's most of the damage. Chickzama's gotten all those air grabs, and if it's working, you keep letting it rip. It's no fear here. But we're gonna run up. Immediate burst on the booty. I get it. I would burst the booty too.
Very likely intended to be an attempt at overdrive. But the players have to roll with what they get, and A cute little link right there off of the overhead into the pad.
Love the extension as well. Now you're in jail. Getting that the V-stab bubble mix into the power-up. Oh, this is exactly what you want if you are Dark Souls 2. This Halo takes up so much real estate, and it makes it so Hazama's going to have to... It's so much harder to navigate around the screen.
And some trick shot-esque combos right here. Ricocheting right off the Halo, and Chickzama still being like, I don't care if I'm about to die. Just kind of air throw you good.
DS2's up backing, and then they're paying the price. They're just going airborne all the same. Still has the Halo though. Ground throw's no good, but it's going to come back. Overdrive though, get some life back, and this is great. We have Meter here. Gonna go for super? Yes.
Another thing about Hazama, that ring around them is essentially an invisible extra tacking of damage. If they could keep their opponent close to them as they do their combo, we need more damage. Even if the number doesn't count, so.
Okay, we're not gonna burst. We have a pixel of life left, but we have the big stick. Instead, it doesn't matter. Chain over stick. And match point Chickzama. What a bounce back.
Chickzama also playing around the time that their playstyle essentially drains out of the clock. They tried to essentially get out right there. Getting hit by the booty block right there.
Didn't come with the first time, got the second one. And the tricky low off the hover. Starting to mix it up some. A good round for Dark Souls, but luckily for Chickzama, even with the burst, they have a second round in case things go sour.
Trying to push the advantage as much as they can, try to stimulate that burst growth however they can, and baits but not able to punish fully.
Okay, well, still in effect. That's why he keeps Chickzama making space, but counter hit. We get the Halo back. What a snipe. You have Meter, Aerodat Typhoon? No, we don't spend the bar.
Very unfortunate drop there.
That could cost DS2 here, actually. Chickzama still has a chance.
They're nearly back all the way into their burst too. The traps are set. Big overhead. Just IEDs in.
Final round. What a comeback. Dark Souls 2 needing everything there. Has a burst already. Chickzama's almost going to get theirs here. But a first item, cat stick, I like it. You already see the counter hit, and it's off to the races.
And just catches cat hammer.
And the counter, we grab those. Okay, Dark Souls 2 getting frisky with the counters. Up backing again. Chickzama trying to get the air throw. Didn't actually work, but we try again. Throw counter is good. We have Meter. I like this. Overdrive. Get the powered super. Just in time.
And then again, we get this invisible damage from the circle caused by the OD. And Dark Souls 2 is in a one-touch scenario, having to make their way all the way back. But they have enhanced super, they have some traps, and they have an OD to work with as well.
Reverse just in case. Double booty. Doesn't actually pay off there. And we're going to get early hit. Try to throw the Halo. No good, but the trap, the final one, saves the bacon in Dark Souls 2 with one small opportunity. Chickzama is going to get a burst this round, no matter what. Is almost there to help save the day. But Dark Souls 2 can't even get grabbed once. It can be over there. Overhead. Hold on.
Small flub, and it doesn't matter. We put it back together. DS2 saving the game right at the end. Very impressive. Who faced Dark earlier in this bracket.
Yeah, it was. Because that is like one of their losses that they took was to Xtremesonic. So if Mr. Enjoyer can keep that up, they can add another one on the board. But Overdrive, nice start. And that's going to get the little damage life lead, and we get our spells ready to go with the Fairy.
Taking the big risk for 9 has a plethora of ways to catch rolls, so very often going for something like delay tech tends to be better against.
And we've seen Dark on techs go for a lot of specials. Even there, trying to get around it. Worked out with the Air Gauntlet Hades, but small life lead, crush trigger whiff, and cross up is big. Tough spot here for Mitsuru Enjoyer. But we do get the rock.
If you smell...
Oh, I smell what Mitsuru Enjoyer's cooking. What a burst block. The hero burst, we ain't, it's only villains here, sorry. No heroes.
Keeping this combo simple is Dark. Not able to punish the EA, but that's the gauntlet, so it's all good.
Oop, catch the back roll. No easy escape for you, and this is great for Dark. He's going to get a lot of that burst back now that everything's happened sour. We still only have 1 pip, but I mean, like, with a whole another round to go, could turn in their favor. Okay, really hit Crimson Raider. We actually store a spell as well. I kind of like that, making sure we have backup plans. Morganite. Avoiding the unblock with the DP.
And just screw it. I'm gonna OD you. I'll hold your stuff.
Not a bad call. The lead though, Mitsuru Enjoyer looking good here. Dash, try to dash out, didn't quite get the second one. Good RC here from Dark. It's expensive, you get a little bit of life back, but at the very least, not in the worst spot. And whiffing the Scythe, that could have been a big punish on the counter assault.
Oh, we're getting a lot of 6Bs, and inadvertently that leads to an immediate OD pop. And not OD, active flow activation for Dark right there. Again, the overheads leading to that accelerated triggering.
Oh, the punish, immediate burst, ow! No punish yet! One more hit, can do it here for Mitsuru Enjoyer.
Mitsuru Enjoyer having very consistent luck with that, like, fade away air button right there. Case in point, it's more like a fade in air button, but Mitsuru Enjoyer in his first game.
Please select your character.
Nice, yeah, really, I like the air teleports to get around so much, and because of Dark kind of throwing things and hoping it sticks, getting punished for those like Dash and Gauntlet Hades or those Tech Hell's Fangs. So if it's Enjoyer can still continue being the ethereal being as they have been, it could be a route to a 2-0 if Dark isn't careful. And a quick update from the news desk. We have our second 6-win player as Killer Kitty takes down Soliloquy. So with a 6-0 record, Killer Kitty is looking extra good.
Very impressive right there, especially with Soliloquy having to Joe earlier against Aka. Yet again, that fade in air button with Mitsuru Enjoyer. DP out from Dark.
Well, speaking of DPs, but that's like one of the best DPs in terms of recovery, because why not?
Hey, it's 22 frames to start up. That's what I mean.
Hey, whatever justifies it, alright? Whatever 9 players have to say. Okay, so Mitsuru Enjoyer going back into their well of tricks, but I think everyone is aware of the wake up super antics. We're gonna get devoured by Dark. Just give me your phone.
I kind of wish that you could, like, phone steal in this game sometimes.
See, that's why I know you're a real one, because you understand my silly BB tag references.
I sometimes miss BB tag when I remember big unlock right there. Mitsuru Enjoyer. Very happy to see someone doing that. I'm happy it's not happening to me either.
It's gotta happen to someone, and right now it's happening to What's happening? Right now, though, double anti-air does not punish the Gauntlet Hades, but the up back does not get barriered. And from downtown, we're going to take the Crimson Ranger combo. We have a Morganite ready to go.
To enjoy getting crossed up right there. Not falling for the 60 throw bait.
I like that. The fade in place. Maybe avoid a DP. But we find a clean hit. Dark with the lead. Has a burst advantage, has a meter advantage. Just needs one more good hit. We can overdrive here. No, just gonna set up.
I guess 5B. Gauntlet handles the rest of it, and Dark evens things out.
And so this is the last match of these two. So I mean, it's gonna mean a lot here since we are past the cutoff mark for the matches that have been happening so far. So I don't know if I don't think any new ones can start up here. So this is a lot on the line. Maybe the last lifeline and last hopes and chances for either player. Okay, let's block on the rock, and we beat it out with the second part of Hellspan. A little bit lucky for Dark here, but at least they avoid the worst of it.
Dark getting chipped out. A lot of these like smaller hits right here.
Okay.
Getting out positioned, out normal. A lot of these plays. But some of these wilder plays, just like that, is enough to make things work out.
Off that counter hit RC, 3.8k, good grip of damage here. Has the counter assault, so you see you going for the scythe to bait out the counter assaults to get a big punish on it. There it is again. But unfortunately, 9 pulls out forward enough to avoid getting hit. And we got the clock on. This is a bit of a risky maneuver, but it can pay off if it times up.
Time's about spend here, and OD's through. But still, you're spending your OD. It's not the best situation. And shades of Zen. If Zen's not going to do it, Dark is.
Oh my god. Good call, though. That OD was so good. We were ready to add a barrier. We did not want to get put into the unblockable to death. So hit the OD, avoid the explosion, and live to fight another round. Match point for Dark here. 5-3 right now. Let's put him at 6-3. They need everything and more.
Gets clipped by the 6B again. 6B again! Sometimes you need to get hit by a normal the amount of times that the notation says. And sometimes it just happens. But sometimes
The wheel of fate is turning.
We'll see what Arrow can make do here. If you're a Ragna player, you know that is what you're up against in a lot of these matchups in Blazblue, right? Most characters are going to outrange you. They're going to have projectiles where all you really got is your little buddy and a whole lot of heart. So right now, the Soliloquy is setting up for it really well. The advantage of this, though, is at a max range, as long as you react correctly to those overhead shots or the lows, you can IB and get a lot of meter for free, which will allow you to get in with those RCs in the Hellspangs, or even going for RC Gauntlet Hades, just to add a little insult to injury. But right now, speaking of injury, Soliloquy with big damage already.
As big of damage as New 13 can provide, the character is famous for being fairly low damage, but
it's against Ragna, so it feels like you're cashing out big time, right?
Yeah, Ragna, a character with the lowest health in the game. At return, he has certain moves that allow him to regen health. Because why not? War stuff, Black Beast stuff, themes and such.
So it's fine taking those little bits of those regular bits of damage when it comes from new, but as long as you can get those drives, get the little bit of life back, even unblock, it's always nice. It's looking a good route for Aerodat as Soliloquy does have a burst, it almost have enough meter for counter assault. One more mix-up can be this round to tie us up. The air dash in should be it.
Keeps it simple, easy into the 2-2C, straight into the super. Gonna end it Like that. Aerodat evening up the round count right here.
Action.
So back and forth is there between the two. We have the gravity well, and now we are stuck in jail, but we run right in. I was expecting a run up 5D, but we're not zenning it up yet. Overdrive back. Nice 6A. Great catch on the jump forward.
It functions a bit like a 6P in Guilty Gear, where you have not exactly the upper body control, but very similar in the sense that it lets you into your heady comfortably.
Alright, Bill. Lead for arrows. Looking good here. We have the active flow to give us the burst. We see another overdrive here. Then we see the mash out. Try to go for 2A, 5A into a potential grab. Didn't quite work against Soliloquy, who does have resources for a counter assault, but gets caught low. Now it has to guess for game. We don't guess it, we're just going to push you away.
This is the position that you really values. That full screen game, especially in this matchup, where Ragna has to take big gambles to make it in. Like that, and that gamble pays off. Aerodat going up the first game of this top 8 so far.
And again, it's a loser's match too, so this is a elimination situation. That's Aerodat with that little bit of a leg up, but yeah, you gotta respect Ragna with 50% bar, especially when you're a character like New or Lambda. One bad projectile will eat you that Carnage Scissors, and that's something that Ragna can have in the back pocket if they save up the bar for it. But a round start air dash hit from Soliloquy, gonna find that hit with a jump B into a small little combo to push Arrow to the corner, and with all this real estate, could be a great spot for Soliloquy once they set up.
Yes, but this was also the story of last game as well, where Soliloquy went up that first round. Aerodat was able to find space and make a way out. So can Soliloquy hunker down and keep this one?
We'll spend a little bit of bar on the crush trigger. Didn't hit, but the overhead did, and that should do it again. As once more, that noticeably, simply lower damage from New doesn't quite matter because it's Ragna, the glass cannon, and a great bounce back from Soliloquy.
Great catch with the 6B right there, getting the burst out. This is not the best situation for Soliloquy, even though they're great here. Making me eat my words right there. That gravity well, hindering Aerodat and Ragna's movement right in the place that they are.
I like these low confirms as we're chopping at Aerodat's ankles. It's working out. Didn't quite break him that time though. The crossbow does hit, and now we're in a position where Soliloquy just needs one more solid hit. There's no burst available here for Arrow, so as long as we finish our plate, we're gonna go 1-1 and a strong bounce back recovery from Soliloquy.
That's very good. That's very, very good from Soliloquy, just biting back right there.
I always appreciate this matchup too because it's like, just like Jin versus Ragna, where Jin goes freak mode voice line wise, it's the same with New, and it's even crazier. Those small years of playing BBCT and seeing the arcade ending and how it goes. These two have such a strong history against each other wise. But nice catch, 2B on the rollout. Pops it up and gets the sequence here with Aerodat finding a nice confirm. We're up 2A, catching the mash out. Soliloquy burning the burst to at least get this space again, but the Carnage Scissors unfortunately ran out of info, and then we beat the burst on top. Oh my god, that's 2 for 2 on mind reading Aerodat and breaking any hopes and dreams of this round.
They still might be able to find one space. This isn't going to do enough damage. Also make me eat my words.
Okay, no, you're not eating those words yet. You're not having dinner quite yet, but we just get put on a poster, full screen.
And Aerodat, one round away from being knocked out this bracket, but also loads of bursts to work with. Soon to get burst. I correct myself. Black on the overhead, but that's jump back.
So Soliloquy's reactions against these anti-airs have been good. That was another burst bait. A little too much burst thirst, and Aerodat didn't fall for it, but they did fall for this, and I think they're on their last legs here. Should be enough, and that'll do. That'll do.
Very unfortunate way to see Aerodat go out. But also, very, very impressive correction from...
Good against the Nines. I think having a win in the ladder against Xtremesonic, so let's see if they can do that again here.
Yeah, so this matchup being very much so the definition of you're not gonna get in versus but when I get in, and LukeSky already got in, so very scary game you're playing here where Tsubaki has, off of each normal, she has distinct follow-ups off of them, and all of them hurt. Additionally, she can LARP as Order Soul a bit and increase her specials by getting some stocks, charging up, all that jazz.
Speaking of Hort, though, this is a big chance that Xtremesonic took the lead. Has plenty of spells available as well. To overdrive, though, into DP. I like the call out because we're going to get the sequence. We have plenty of stocks as well, 100% meter. How are we going to spend it, though? We're just going to counter assault back. We still have the... I want to see the sword super once the mirror's away, and just to force Xtremesonic to have to maneuver around it.
Just makes the space right there. Sets out the fireball. Filled with loads of stocks. So if LukeSky wants to just end neutral, they can just do that whenever. And they choose to do so. They're in already. Xtremesonic first.
Alright, hold on to burst. Smart call here. I like that. Xtremesonic saying, okay, I'll get it next round. I'm not trying to be a hero in a situation where a good RC or a nice burst bait can make things much worse, so I appreciate when players have that kind of diligence of just recognizing, like, okay, you got it.
The infamous Crimson Raider there is fake. Chat. Crimson Raider there is fake. Delay tech. You can't when there's all this visual noise just happening right on top of you. Getting fuzzy by the falling air normal right there.
Alright, oh my god, the bitrate killer's coming through. We're just blocking our domes though. Protecting herself with her hat, very smart to wear. And gets to jump in for her trouble, so I love that. Good blocks deserve reward. And LukeSky gets a little something despite all of it. Command grab, stocks are up. And let's see if LukeSky can take these stocks to the sky.
Gets DP'd for their troubles. Both players up around with first. Going into last round of this first game between the two.
Okay, though, let's see. Xtremesonic with has the space they want to early on and gets the first hit. This is big. No stocks available yet, but LukeSky techs into buttons, burst back, and catches the no-tech. But you know what that means. We're going to tech up and make our escape, potentially? Maybe? Not quite.
No, just getting clipped at every attempt they have to try to escape. Xtremesonic being on top of it. But they get the hit and the cross with the B follow-up. If you play Tsubaki, you will see that cross-up attempt every single one. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter where. He gets caught for jumping again with the stagger into 5B. And LukeSky taking the first game here. Very, very impressive showing from them.
Oh, that was great. I love both callouts. One, again, going for that 2B in the corner against 9. Because, Xtremesonic tries to tech roll forward. If it's not like the wake up super, it's tech roll forward and gets caught out into that situation and then just try to make an escape. So LukeSky recognizing, like, as long as I can put 9 in jail, Xtremesonic's defense, very shaky as it's shown.
Yeah, but they do a very good job of preventing being in those situations in the first place.
Yeah.
But guy doesn't care. They're just gonna get you in that situation in the first place anyways.
But if I do get in, okay, never mind, we're fine. Air to air, eats the kunzite, can't stop. The rock is right now. Fairy power is up, so now neutral is being controlled and got a small hit, but I think Xtremesonic's just happy with all the resources, all this control.
And Xtremesonic taking another round here. And they capitalize on like the first game here.
Okay.
Air to ground combo there. Very good correction there from LukeSky.
Oh, counter throw TRM. Trying to get grippy here. Xtremesonic again being opened up in the situation. The 5A, quick meaty as well, the catch out. I like that too. We're not taking too high of risk normals once we're in against 9 in case we try to get any shenanigans. Oh, there we go. 6B.
Yeah, of course, and also just being able to use a plethora of normals in the first place will keep them from trying to jump, trying to backdash, and all that, because you can get hit out of those. It's difficult to get hit out of those, but you can get hit out of those. So it is worth noting. Very good flow confirm from LukeSky. It's always very cool to see some cool Tsubaki stuff.
And you mentioned it too, like those little built-in frame traps. Getting another huge counter hit, so Xtremesonic burst to avoid anything scary, but they do find a hit, counter it themselves. LukeSky gonna give up the life lead here in this round. Full jumping with the fairy as well, so we're keeping our layers covered. We're having everything looking good. The fake Crimson Raider to catch something. And one more hit. There we go. Xtremesonic with a game and a game on the board. 1-1.
One of these days, the CF community will realize that they could delay tech and catch Crimson Raider.
But not today.
Not today. Today is not that day, but today is the day we see LukeSky versus Xtremesonic. They finish their games off right here. Very smart of LukeSky barriering hit screen against 9 as well. Because even though Rock is just like such an oppressive move, it's plus, it's a massive overhead, and you can't trade with it. It still gets so much pushback mid-screen, so it's very, very beneficial to do so.
I mean, while through all that, Xtremesonic had burned their burst here, just trying to make something work out, as LukeSky is enjoying a small little life lead, plenty of stocks as well, so when they want to skip neutral. Instead, though, we got a big hit to Crimson Raider RC, cashing out some nice damage. Biggest thing that Xtremesonic wants to get the lead, and we get the dash over the DP, but that means LukeSky gets out of the corner, and with active flow, everything is on the table here for LukeSky to close out this round with the DP and the gap works.
Both players having active flow just fading for LukeSky. Both players having their burst back. Active flow now gone.
Try to air throw, no good, but we're gonna get not a punish, but far enough away. Luckily avoided the worst of it and got rid of the fairy too.
Just dive kicks in with the enhanced version, they get a confirm off of 2A, and they maximize it all. Xtremesonic opting not to burst there, or maybe not being ready to burst.
Perfect combo in the situation too. Recognizing have enough stock for double power dive, and we can just close out. And LukeSky blocking immediately at the round start, up backing to avoid getting put into the blender. But they do get hit either way. We're gonna get the Bomberman get tagged by it trying to run away, and this is all Xtremesonic this round.
You're going to continue to get hit by Crimson Raider.
Okay, we DP'd out against the Morganite. And we got to jump in on a mash from Xtremesonic. No full combo, but I mean, LukeSky is in. And now he's out. And there he's in. Or, I can't tell anymore.
Now he's for sure out.
Not out of bracket yet, though. We're on our final round here to see who will be the Queen Supreme between Tsubaki and 9.
Got a nice little knockdown here. Big command grab here. That makes Tsubaki so much more of a threat here in the corner. Get this knockdown. This could be gas for game. But
Or mash for game. Hold on. Good button press. Good escape. That's big. Sometimes you just gotta throw it out there. You got frame trap enough time, it doesn't mean you shouldn't let it rip.
yeah,
I mean, it means you should, but sometimes it works out, you know.
eventually they're gonna let up.
Okay, blocking everything here. Nice counter assault despite the RC. Xtremesonic not wanting the block. Burns their burst. We have an active flow and a burst on the side of LukeSky, who has a life lead here.
LukeSky
Oh no!
anti-aired, but not able to capitalize off of it. Xtremesonic. The fairy feeds off of the throw tech right there.
Small life lead Xtremesonic here. One stock available on the side of LukeSky. The anti-air is there. The beam.
All of their
Oh, the barrier's gone.
but gets clipped. Can LukeSky make the most of this?
Swords, a revealing light. The fuzzy, the low, the blocks from Xtremesonic are good, but the life lead's there for LukeSky. One more hit either player, and the throw with TRM into immediate escape out as Xtremesonic got caught. In my life right now.
Yeah, Aka, I believe, they named themselves that because it is red in Japanese. And it's very fitting because they play Tsubaki, and we are going to see some more Tsubaki action right here.
And it's a green Tsubaki, which is probably the funnier part of that.
They're still red hair.
Close enough.
Close enough. What's also close enough is the Oki that Dark Souls 2 just did. Regardless, the booty bop, and we cannot confirm off of that.
Yeah, we are seed even to keep pressure going, but Aka's like, it's my turn now. I want to play the game. My turn to play Xbox as we catch the backdash into the power-up super. Okay, we're installing. So we're just guaranteed that as the meter goes down, she can throw as many enhanced specials as she wants. So that was a nice little finish there, and Dark Souls 2 kind of put themselves in that situation, trying to escape.
Kind of crazy little float there to catch whatever Dark Souls 2 wanted to do there. Gets hit by the command grab, this ugly situation for DS2. But just mommy circular into fatal.
I like the setup into the throw. The big bell tolls. Close to some good pressure here. 6B though, nice overdrive. That's exactly where you want to see those spaced. One too many booty bumps. And too much cheeks this Saturday afternoon. Aka takes the lead, but the run-up command grab is going to get blessed by the Cure Typhoon, and then we have an extra frying pan. Oh my goodness.
Big 3C. Aka, even though that impressive combo from earlier in the match gave them a big 5k damage steroid, the S2 able to put it together.
Right, DP out. I like that. Make some space here. Another stock available as well. We catch another attempt to escape from Dark Souls 2. Who's gonna burst? Has the Halo here. And is trying to make something work, but the 6A gets avoided. Not that booty bump that time, though.
Something I've noticed Aka constantly doing is these tiny floats to kind of body block Dark Souls 2's movement. If they try to up back or up forward, they'll just fall straight into Aka's arms, all while Aka's getting a bit more gauge in the process.
Alright. Dark Souls 2 with a fan with a plan. Converting huge damage mid-screen there. 4.5k into the bubble setup. There's the booty again, but another overdrive is Dark Souls 2. Those cheeks are costing you the match, friend.
This isn't going to do too much damage. It's a 5A starter. However, good throw tech right there.
Somebody teching Tsubaki is a rare thing. Her having like the most different animation for her throws. Catches a lot of people off guard. Oh, hammer time! What a combo! That was so cool!
Just actually ping-ponging around the stage right there into the trap and finishing it off, DS2.
That is what I would say is the Rube Goldberg machine of combos there.
The wheel of destiny. Rebel 1. Action.
All right, Dark Souls 2 steals it away, taking the first one. And once more, the victory bell rings out with another big grab, and Dark Souls 2 is going off strong. Got the hammer here. It's going to go bopping away, and good block so from Akka, at least in this situation.
Some missed chances at hitting some throws right there. These sound effects are so good.
it's so great on top of that, and then like depending on which voice you get for like platinum. Trying to throw away the item, did not work out, and the chance for Akka.
Yeah, again, we get this little confirm here. The cross-up EB. It comes for everyone. Gets hit.
That type window. Tried the air dash, right? Got caught out for it, and now we have the enhanced kitty stick, so you are just going to be, or you have 5 kitty sticks, so you're kind of stuck in not a great situation. Unless
who sees them. But tries to go for command grab. Doesn't pay off.
And the 1-6B that there was no overdrive for, Akka wasn't quite ready. Dark Souls 2, match point, and the run-up. Gonna get a quick hit, and here we go. As Akka has a chance here, just has to keep it going. Can we guess right? We catch the backdash again.
Yet again, this character's constant plethora of just being able to constantly put out normals, especially because they have these 2-part moves attached to their normals a lot of the time, just leads to any escape being very, very difficult, and this character ending up being extremely sticky.
Yeah. Okay, though. One booty bump RC later, though. Connects for a nice conversion here. Gets to hop out, though, so nice tech forward from Akka, who has the life lead still, blocks the booty, but unfortunately gets counter hit for their troubles. And the side swap combo confirmed. Dark Souls 2 is going to have a small life lead here. Well, it's about even, actually.
And we got install with the big trap here. Pops the burst out. Just decides we're gonna read some books.
The Swords of Revealing Light didn't reveal nothing.
Oh,
And then we put our hand into the Mimic. The Ferrerin moment, if I ever seen one. The treasure is not for you. Oh no.
very unfortunate way for Akka to troll Dark. Very much so playing in the spirit of the whole very wild pro-tag player. And they hope to continue this as we get into this game right here.
Well, if there's any character that can control the outcome of a match and the flow, S is up there. Incredible range, a very good game plan, a lot of layers, and having like the reach, a nice DP, and then some. And you already see Killer Kitty said, "Thank you, it's 4.4K. Good luck."
And all because you didn't tag.
Alright, air to air's there. Not a quick finish yet, but one more strike. Killer Kitty with some bar here can RC just to make it extra spicy when they need. Oh, hold on, chance.
Early burst from Killer Kitty.
They jump canceled. Maybe try to get a finished combo there or block the burst, but instead, some of the best air fireballs you're going to see in Blazblue. So hard to deal with an up backing S.
Yeah, especially because after they do their fireballs, they still have, they can still press certain normals. We're gonna get a big fatal here, but
Cool. And you see again Ragna's low life of two situations is now in a spot where one more hit or a grab will do it. The overhead's there, and that should be game number 1 here for Killer Kitty.
making it look easy.
Again, S is a menace. She just like again, and we've seen it kind of time and time again. Ragna at round start against certain characters can't really has to show some respect. Maybe a hard call out or a risk can work out, but like fighting S at round start is just you got to say, okay, I'm going to inch forward and get a kick in, and there we go. That's a start. I love being wrong. Hell yeah.
We're keeping this combo pretty simple. A little under 3.5.
Nice. And that's the second baited DP out. So Dark showing their stuff, saying, I got the juice too. Can't finish it with the Nightmare Edge, but at least another hit can do it if we can find it.
Gets hit low, probably expecting the instant overhead, but S has available. Looking for that DP, gets hit by the instant overhead right there. Killer Kitty trying to make the most of this. Goes for the blue throw. It would have been the only thing that would have killed there.
Hey, now, after all of that, Dark now potentially falling apart at the seams, drops the round and the pixel comeback. Killer Kitty match point. Dark could not close out the round, and now they are potentially doomed to fall to losers.
Gets caught for trying to do the Hell's Fang right there.
Try it again.
All of their approaches are just getting smothered by S's stellar air fireball and stellar normals as well.
Okay, with 2C, hold on. Another opportunity here. Killer Kitty's probably going to spend the burst with an overdrive soon, just to keep Dark honest after the situation. So I'm going to DPRC, and we throw the overhead. Hold on.
Just get it. Yeah, it gets hit 6B. That should just be it. Yeah, keep it simple. Killer Kitty taking it 2-0. Yet again. I said it when the first game ended. Say it again. Making it look easy. They showed us stellar amount during the stream. Again, wish them the best. As I wish the best for these two players, LukeSky and Dark, again, here, playing for their tournament lives.
And it's hard being Dark and just losing a match immediately going into another one, but at least this one, I don't think you don't have the same like troubles fighting a 9, fighting an S. This is two characters that exist in that same space, and I can see we're going to see a different side of Dark here against LukeSky.
Yeah, for sure. This is actually a case where Ragna can possibly smother Tsubaki instead. However, the same principle always exists with Ragna. This character is completely a glass cannon. The lowest health in the game. That was an attempt at cross up the fighter, I assume.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
Right, respect the bar. It is not your turn. We're gonna hit that. Yep, Gauntlet Hades RC with throw. Not a kill yet though. Hold on. There we go. Big boot.
Dark not being phased by the 2-0 they just suffered. He gets hit by the overhead. Just wildly.
And there's a quick meaty 5A. Got caught pressing something. DP out. We took the risk. It pays off. And the back throw. I like it. Get into jail. It's your house now. And gonna get a little bit of life back to get that life lead.
Opened up by 6B, and it happens again. We've seen Dark go for that so many times this stream.
Okay, throw ain't ready for it. We can make it. We could make it burst safe. I would have like. We didn't have the. I don't think we had a meter for it. Instead, we just close out with the belly edge. Sick.
You should be able to make it burst safe if you just immediately pop OD.
Which is true. Yeah, there you go. I thought they had enough bar just to go to immediate super, but yeah, OD would have been great.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel
And LukeSky's tournament life is on the line here, and just
Zen it up.
I said it before. If Zen isn't here to do it, Dark is probably the one to fill. If there's ever a player to fill Zen's shoes, it is Dark here, and Night Kasu here. not opting to take the Oki here. It's
Ooh.
too much, but it's still Nightcaster. It's still always cool to see.
What a great turnaround for Dark right now. Already active flowing. Gets tagged though, which is a small chance for LukeSky. You don't have the luxury of getting your life back though here, although you do find the 6 below. A little bit of something, but a quick 2A should be able to clean up Dark match point. And it is, from LukeSky, it's hard to say what I want to see. Again, I think Dark just has the slight range advantage with the speed behind it. With Ragna here, at least the overdrive is going to be something to get some stocks in and some damage, but staying on top of Ragna is always a little bit hard. But I want to see like at least another good burst, another good bait against the DP. Try to punish Dark for throwing that stuff out.
DP out from LukeSky, but Dark doesn't care.
DP out. I want to see more from LukeSky. Yeah, take more of those challenges. Try to push your advantage. Gets the side swap. It has worked 100% so far on the stream. And we got a nice little combo sequence afterwards. Enough to kill? Yes, we do.
Just remember, Ragna, very low life character. Just round start 5C.
And even if they share the lowest health of other characters in the game, they still technically have the lowest life in the game.
Yes. LukeSky tries to DP. Dark not able to punish the DP though.
I like to use neutral jump, just barriers, waiting to see if uppercuts come out. Instead though, LukeSky finds a nice hit, has the life lead, and a lot of bar. One stock, what we got? Oh, what a almost had the conversion! That would have been cool off of the counter hit trade.
This is the smothering that I mentioned beforehand, where Ragna could just outrange her in this like specific range, where, as Aerodat would call it, the Grand Blue Zone.
GG's.
And that's our first Astral in the entire stream. Dark goes up 2-0, snapping back from getting 2-0'd by Killer Kitty. Literally just minutes ago. Very impressive from Dark.
Yeah, LukeSky evaporated out of top 8. In a fifth number is like probably more than most of top 8 combined.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, some people just love some damn Blazblue, and I don't blame Dark Souls 2.
He tries to send it with a booty bob right there, but no luck. Able to land and block the parry, forcing a burst out of Dark Souls 2.
Ooh, jumpy though, hold on. Small little chance that we burst the booty as it goes. I like this. We don't want to like take a chance fighting up close and personal. So you see Dark Souls 2 kind of doing what they did against Chickzama in the ladder match. Their kind of tendency to up back block.
Yeah,
but
Killer Kitty's response to that is, I'm just gonna keep throwing fireballs. You're gonna hold that.
Ooh, get a jump hit though. That's a little something as the damage is starting to pour out, and we got a reset hit. No barrier blocks. We get a nice little air hit. All this bar. Pure Dot Typhoon is enough.
It is enough. Dark Souls 2 draws first blood right here.
I mean, one of the first to take a. I mean, not many people have taken rounds on Killer Kitty. Will be one of the first to take a game. I'm not sure how much they've lost in the ladder, but definitely have won every set. Killer Kitty is poised as the top seed here.
Very good blocks from Dark Souls 2, but still gets hit for trying to press out. Seal on you and gets thrown for it. Active flow boosting this damage a bit. Taking so much damage.
Okay, throw tech, nice evasion, and jumps over the fireball, almost had something going. Okay, we're gonna get the powered cat bombs. Nice barrier here against the 6A. We avoid it. Booty bump too far away, but a chance for Dark Souls 2 to return this around if we can find the hit, although Crush Trigger is going to break open that defense.
Very distinctly, you don't normally get a combo off of Crush Trigger mid-screen unless you charge it a bit. So, very much so showing that DS2 is very much so trying to play the patient game against Killer Kitty. And Killer Kitty realized.
Gets a hit! Oh, that was a chance there off of the 6C, but the range from Killer Kitty closed out the round to tie things up here. And I looked at the ladder. Only one person took a game off of Killer Kitty so far, and that was DeMarcus Cousins IV. Dark Souls 2 could be the second person in Paragon so far, but Killer Kitty's not going to make it easy.
Great parry from DS2, catches the no-tech from Killer Kitty right there. So his damage is not going to be affected by any scaling.
Ooh,
right
confirm? This is so cool. Almost had something cooking, but unfortunately, we ran out.
Using these traps as if they were shields, but Killer Kitty, because 5C hits the ground, can just slam through.
Yeah, and the 2-hit fireballs just erase him as well. But you know what? We have the enhanced cat stick. We used the pogo to go over the fireball. That's that little minute matchup knowledge that works out great. And the OD should be enough here. The double cat bonk. We have triple cat bonk even. Dark Souls 2, first game of winners finals. Then the second player in Paragon to take a game off Killer Kitty.
Can they make it a set, though, is the question.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
We'll find out right here.
What a trade at the round start. It honestly saved Dark Souls 2, but the TRM into the purple throw. It was TRM, so you ain't got to do push-ups, some say. I don't say it, though.
You're doing push-ups anyway. We're making this entire community swole.
Alright, though. Hold on. Nice. The barrier pushed away enough that the overhead from S whiffed. So Killer Kitty burns the burst, but catches the no-tech.
Good blocks from DS2 right there on the instant overheads. And baits out the DP as well. Just great patience from DS2. Not able to finish their play.
Okay, I feel like we're going to see the power-up super soon here, if anything. Although we have a Cure Dot Typhoon as well with an RC, just in case.
Counter assault out. But gets caught by the jump in. Killer Kitty making the most of that scramble right there. And taking the round off of it. But DS2 is up on burst. And they immediately got it back. So as an active threat for whenever they get a hit or need it for defense.
We'll see, though. It can be difficult at the range that S can play at. Get the counter, though. At least a little something to push away, but immediately Killer Kitty up backs, finds a small hit, and puts DS2 back in jail.
Using the slow fireball to deliberately punish the parry. Very good stuff from Killer Kitty right there.
Okay, should be the round here, and another Astral! As S gives Killer Kitty a dub, tying things up 1-1. Alright, S ain't that serious. Chill out.
It's
She got to pose on him like that.
It's aura. It's aura, as the kids would say.
I love like the little sword that she gets, her other sword, during that as well.
Yeah, it's one of the Murakumo blades.
Mm-hmm.
So all the swords that like New, all of them have.
Imagine if she got to use that as a regular weapon. That'd be scary. Okay, there's the dunk. Good little blocks here from DS2, but we're back into this right corner. But the Mammy Circular, a little bit of a hike, a bit of a crush move to go over, gets a small punish, and the bomb combo as well is going to be a nice extra credit.
A little booty bop mid combo to
Whoa!
Probably intended to be a counter assault, but it became a crush trigger. That's actually going to work to Killer Kitty's benefit. As mentioned before, guard crushes, overheads, and all the like contribute a lot to active flow. We're not going to see that this game, though, as Dark Souls 2 takes them out.
I like that. Okay, so far we're introducing something new here. The Mammy Circulars in neutral or after a block have gotten some stuff going, right? Mammy Circular is going to go over fireballs and maybe some normals. A little bit of a risk, obviously, but if it hits, you get the small conversion. It's worked out. Right now, though, we're going to counter, be safe for now. But we're back, again, back into this right corner.
Killer Kitty with the offensive DP there. Tries to press on the slow cut. As my commentary partner becomes a cat.
Once again, yep. Nice hit, though. This should be the life lead for DS2. Spend a little bit of bar on the counter assault, but at the very least, has a hammer available, and we're going to get a nice hit again. No!
He falls down with the hammer. One of the most hilarious things about this character is that one of her best combos is just being in overdrive and pressing the same button over and over and over. This character is made with being funny in mind.
Like, it's all for the bit. The funnier the moment, the stronger Dark Souls 2 becomes, right? It follows the Roger Rabbit logic of it only works if it's funny.
Yeah.
So now, 2-1, 2 games up. Dark Souls 2 needing one more to get to grand finals here against Killer Kitty. Killer Kitty trying to answer back and has the advantage of being a very red S on the most red stage. I hate it.
If it's worth anything, there was another bracket where Killer Kitty accidentally had a custom color that had all of S's After Effects transparent.
Okay, that's illegal. Go straight to jail. I don't want that. I mean, here it might as well be transparent because the red effects on this background are like, at least on a stream, are very, very hard to parse.
Yes, for sure. But I'm sure the players are able to navigate it at least. Very cool combo from DS2 with the booty bob to push to the corner right there. Getting a little knocked down. Killer Kitty, super, just gets out. Very hard to punish, super.
Alright, Killer Kitty, round on the board. Can they tie things up 2-2 here? Take us to a final game number 5. We beat out the round start option here. We got the cat stick going meow for meow.
Killer Kitty, the actual Killer Kitty.
I don't know how well that's working here. Wrong way! Didn't land in time, so the cat stick actually went... Oh, wrong turn Albuquerque. Into a low, gets the hit here as once more Dark Souls 2 finds the funny and gets the life lead.
We have the big super trap, literally looking Killer Kitty right in the eye if they want to do anything on this knockdown as well. But they might not get the chance to. With the trap, adding the little bit of extra damage. And Dark Souls 2 is one round away from being in Grand Finals winner's side.
I told you these are just the Rube Goldberg machine of combos. It just happens to just... Everything happens to connect. Dark Souls 2 just wills it.
Great
the Taco Bell comes out, the gong. Nice anti-air. Oh. A common sentiment, but a great combo off of that.
Trying to use that enhanced JD to shake the ground and catch Killer Kitty if they spend any time standing.
Speaking of catches, we have 2 fans here. One standing fan can turn this whole debacle around. We have 1 left. And we whiff. Okay, so Killer Kitty's safe for now.
For now.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Desync, I think?
maybe?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm assuming a desync.
We'll see how this plays out once we go back to the lobby here.
It seems like we are going straight back to the lobby. And we will hear if in-game would be, like, higher ends of Master in another game. If your name is yellow, you're important. You're, like, actually a name in this game. For the most part. And they've been able to make it on their Susanoo as well, and it kind of complements their style of play. As you can see right there...
You want to be belligerent, then you have the perfect character right here.
Yes.
And everyone is saved for the fact that they'd rather main Ragna the Blood Edge, because if they were full Susan, then I think the world would explode, as right now. Soliloquy's life bar did just that.
Yes. Dark probably realized, like, oh, Adroth didn't get a single... Forgot to get an extra win, so someone needs to hit their green person quota for the day. What a interesting burst from Dark there.
We need at least one Hazama in the top 8 bracket, so it's technically one of those, so...
Yeah.
Wait, okay, pressure's there. Nice defense here from Dark, even though we got only a DP, but Soliloquy's not going to put themselves in a position where that should really matter.
Just gets cracked by the overhead right there. That's another upside to deciding to play Susanoo in this matchup. You just have so much extra life to work with. At a baseline, Susanoo has one of the highest health totals in the game. I believe it's second in total, if not third. That being said, Soliloquy's able to shred through it.
Yeah, cause that's always like the dream matchup against Susan, right? Is to get an early hit, make it so that he doesn't get any unlocks, so he's gonna be has to play very honestly. And if you can stay outside of the range of those normals, even better.
Yeah, because even if he doesn't get some unlocks, his normals are still very standout. 5B is one of the best in its class. 6B is the gorilla button in this game.
Yeah, Soliloquy don't care about that though. Soliloquy's active flows up, getting a lot of burst. You do get a tackle though, that's a little something. Now we have Dirt Kick. We got Ground Viper, we're going to use it for the extension here. And now Soliloquy probably going to, if they blocked it, might have gone for a counter assault, but not ready for the overhead.
He goes for the blue throw. This isn't going to kill, but it does do mental damage.
Hold on, we got it. Summoning Swords. Nice little up back, spending some of the barrier. Not too bad. We try to pop and get the sword, actually. We're getting punished for it. OD. How much can we do here? We're going to get another gravity well. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Oh my gosh.
And the super and OD is able to seal the kill for Soliloquy right there. Going up one game.
If that didn't kill, that would have been extra scary, because then Dark would have had a chance to tech, had an OD of their own, and would have had just enough chance to try to find a way through. And, oh man, Mika-chan, Typhoon, you're just here, just in time, as we have a Platinum the Trinity in Grand Finals waiting just for you.
Soliloquy doing a great job of dashing out the corner in the middle of their pressure.
Okay, Sword is summoned, but the DP saving our bacon here. Level 2 spin dash is such a good, one of my favorite specials and one of the meanest ones. That thing just like, not only does it like go over certain things, the pillar is an insane hitbox. Like, oh my goodness.
Yes, for sure, and it, most importantly, it leads to a combo 99% of the time.
Okay, why are you grabbing ghosts? Nothing there. Keep your hands to yourself right now. Dark is back to stuck in jail.
If Soliloquy can just keep this advantage.
Oh no! Another burnt burst. And Dark is going to pay the price for this one.
You could really see Susanoo's increased life total paying off in this matchup as well, where Soliloquy's getting hits that would have like done a third of Ragna's health, do a fifth to Susanoo.
Oh my god. That from the top rope finds the jump C, and now this is the turnaround you can hope for. Yeah, you have a counter assault from Soliloquy's side just in case, but TRM, the RC grab, wow. Anyone's game? God press!
Ah. That being said, you're full screen against New right here. Soliloquy.
Oh, hero burst! And the sword! Nice reaction! That was so good.
Dark, not in the best situation anymore. No burst to work with, you know. And they could have leveraged that last round.
I get it though, you really want to close out. You had every opportunity to, but the reaction super from Soliloquy was aces, but Dark now gets the life lead. Had ground Viper, so the extension's there as well, and we have the spin dash, but we get mashed out on it. As Soliloquy is now going to fight out of the corner.
Tries to cost them up with the sniper shot and bring them to the corner with this combo here.
Okay, summon sword. Nice little counter assault just to escape the situation, but the 5A and air on the cross up. Nice awareness. Soliloquy now life lead on this to go 2 up in the first 3. Oh no! Try to rush in, got caught by the super. Life lead again for Soliloquy. Sword is enough, and it is. The little damage on top, right? It's not a lot, but the sword does enough minimum damage to help close out 2 up Soliloquy, needing 1 more game against Dark, as Dark is going to go to character select here in this potential final game.
Maybe just deciding, okay, I was going to use that to breathe a little, and Soliloquy taking advantage of this, and just sitting here, letting Dark think about stuff. Maybe it'll pay off the decision to hold Dark like this, or to maybe it might cool themselves off in the process here. Who knows? We'll see in this next upcoming game though.
Dark's got to dig deep here. I mean, being down 2-0, it's a lot, but we've seen how resilient Dark has been throughout, taking an L in winners and immediately bringing that back around in the loser side. So we know that they have the wherewithal, we know they have the patience, but a 6A gets blown, or rather the shot gets blown up by the overdrive. So Soliloquy spending it to get a little bit of damage, and it's working out.
Catches the backdash right there, but not able to make the most of that. Still held full screen. Tries to make some space with the 6A.
Alright, damage is damage. Dark finally getting a little something on the board here. Has to be wary of the counter assault with the overhead big steppy. The damage on top of that. 4K, a brisk 4K worth of damage into the spin dash. This should be the round. Oh no, hold on.
Oh, gets caught for trying to do the follow-up to dash out the way. Dark taking around Soliloquy, not having burst to go into this next round with.
Why does the boss character in Guilty Gear as well as Blazblue gotta have Michael Sword and Super Michael Sword? Like that please. Arxis, learn another special.
They are also both bolts of armor.
Yep.
The Susanoo is just like living metal.
Okay, though, early hit again. Dark trying to get one on the board and put a little bit of a nick in Soliloquy's armor. We've not seen Dark go for throws outside of God Press. Has not really imposed that as an option. I like to see like an extra little like offensive wrinkle to make it so Soliloquy can't just hold down back.
Especially because Susanoo's stagger is already so strong. It full send is like, you're gonna burst once? Okay, I'll do it again. Screw it.
Like a cockroach, just rolls up on you. Can't put him down.
What a rude thing to call Dark.
Well, I mean, more Susanoo, but sure. Fine.
Please select your character.
Although Dark has shown their resilience, and they've taken a couple like nukes worth of damage and pressure so far this top 8, but they just keep bouncing back.
13.
And again, after going to character select again, trying to halt whatever momentum there was. That one seemed a lot more deliberate that time by Soliloquy.
The wheel of fate is turning.
I don't blame him.
Rebel,
Don't blame
Yeah.
Soliloquy one bit.
action.
Like, it was just a very simple, but also very silly way to go out. They probably acknowledge that as well.
Yeah, it's gotta chill out some. Be more aware and cognizant of what your opponent's options are, and the fact that they'll risk it for the biscuit. So as long as you're aware of that, you should be okay. Into the gravity well you go, and the big steppy once more. Not ready to watch our heads.
Maybe expecting them to try to jump through and try to walk over it. Do that?
Alright, third time is not the charm. As Dark gets caught trying to roll in, but reversal super here with all these specials should be a good chunk. Bleh. Oh, we're gonna punish it? Oh my god.
And just trying to take these extremely hard gambles right here.
Action.
And I like Soliloquy has answered him twice already. After losing to it in game number 3, has like answered it twice in a row, and now is on match point.
Again, they just maybe needed that couple of seconds to sit back and think, why am I getting hit by this? I should not be getting hit by this.
Yeah, I mean, doing your best Kisuke impression, going for the stun dipper low. It's like, nah, we're fine. Even blowing it up with something is, I think, is really cool response instead of just having to block it. And nice double hit. Soliloquy, one more hit here, I think will do it.
And like that, with the Astral, give me a hug.
Point of view, you are about to get fucking destroyed.
Dude. It's so awesome.
And with that, Soliloquy 3-1 eliminates Dark here in loser semifinals and gets to the top 3 here at Paragon.
Very, very impressive from them. Even if one of their competitors had to DQ, they still kept the momentum they had from their first set with Aerodat. They carried it into
Let the intros not rock and jump right in.
1. Action.
As we're going to see New versus Killer Kitties. S already getting the jump into a reset. And this is going to be the hard part. You don't really have ways of escaping this as New. You got a Murakumo backdash, which is okay as long as you know which side you're on. And right now, I think Soliloquy is looking a little lost.
Yeah, so far just getting very steamrolled and very unfortunate to close out that round with a hero burst, while Killer Kitty had all the life in the world.
Yeah, against a character, like you want to set up, but having that projectile super just from downtown, just denying it. Killer Kitty recognized those situations and already. Okay, anti-air, or the overhead gets blocked. It's a little something. Soliloquy is finding some damage, but it's like, how do you keep... It's going to be hard keeping S off of you. Being able to play at like this mid-range really well, and then getting any momentum pretty handily at any point they force a block.
And then off suspend it all, and it pays off just as well. That super does so much damage in overdrive. And like that, kind of in a speedrunning manner, Killer Kitty goes up.
And it's kind of hard. I mean, like the low damage is one factor, but like having like the range that S does and the ability to just steamroll just like that against a character that wants some breathing room, wants some space, and needs to take time.
Yeah. And just occupying that same space and just doing everything quicker is a massive part of this matchup.
And we see like hanging out at that range too, like you have to make a calculated guess to stop that up back the fireball. We saw a small hit work out, we're running under it just to make that space again, but it's like Soliloquy needs so many of these to work out.
And catch, but Killer Kitty just quick rises into some buttons.
Oh, the counter assault gets avoided. That's a free counter hit confirmed here. Blue beat combo, but I mean, you don't have any way out of this. No overdrive, no counter assault, no nothing.
And everyone is equal. And when S decides, I'm gonna hold up for it and press GC, it's gonna be 19 frame overhead. You're gonna hold that.
Ugh. And then just round start IAD. It's like there is zero theory here from Killer Kitty, who just says, no, this game is going one way. I am getting in. I am staying in. But we find an EA, so active flow is active, and we got a combo on the back roll. So it's a little something for Soliloquy. He's getting a lot of burst back and has the corner pressure situation. Oh no, overhead! Unfortunate here. Killer Kitty gets the lead again. Ow! Ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't hurt though? Mustard pie does not hurt. With a $3.14 contribution to the Matcherino. Thank you so much. We're at $15.96. We're very close to 20 bucks out here, thanks to all of y'all.
Every bit of contribution is it's so valued. And even if it's $3, $1, or I see everyone's already cleaned their codes, so I can't hound on you guys for cleaning codes, but
well, you know, quarters make dollars, and right now Soliloquy is dishing out the quarters, trying to get $1 worth of damage in, but unfortunately, Killer Kitty pays with plastic, and that plastic hurts. Although Soliloquy is looking okay here, has a decent round lead, and we avoid the DP, so it should be a perfect round to finish here, and we're on the board at least with a round.
yeah, Soliloquy, after those very rough first two games, able to get something on the board right here.
Yeah, if they can get some room, it's something, but we just run past the gravity well. We get the chase down, and oh, okay. Killer Kitty making the quick one of this one.
It's looking very, very ugly. Reset with the JC there, and another JC. Everyone gets hit. Do not feel bad for getting hit by instant overhead.
Okay, that's set point. Just like that, Killer Kitty now very much so in the lead here. One more to get the run back against Dark Souls 2. Soliloquy showing they can get around, which means that they can get a game if things work out, and that throw counter air grab. Hell yeah, that's a way to start.
Little drop from Soliloquy, but readjusts very quickly by backing up and catching them with the 2D.
Okay, that forces Killer Kitty have to block a little bit, and let Soliloquy at least get some space to set up once more. Gravity well is there, running right past it, but this full screen distance, Soliloquy with the guard, with the burst bait, Didn't quite work out, but still gets hit either way.
Drop, but it doesn't matter. If we just throw him. And like that, Soliloquy puts a game on the board.
That was a very important game. Not just to stay alive, but at least to get some of that confidence built back. Having lost 2-0 in the ladder to Killer Kitty, but since it's an extended set, that 2-0 doesn't take Soliloquy out just quite yet, so now they have a chance to bounce back. One more game can tie things up to a game 5, but they're going to have to earn it.
Catches him with the 2A, a 2B whisk through the overdrive.
Okay, sword is active, we're running past it. Looking good so far. As we get the jump up though, is another great air dash for Killer Kitty into the command throw, set up for the combo, and not a huge bunch of damage, a good block on the overheads. But now, how do we get out? We're trapped.
Yeah, as constantly putting up this very difficult pressure to deal with, but Soliloquy finds a way. You don't make it this far playing the zoner if you can't find a way out.
Counter assault there is pretty good. One of the most long range ones, looks like. As now Killer Kitty is going to bounce it back. And this is a rough spot for Soliloquy. Finally a counter assault that works, but we just jump forward and get a hit either way.
Just presses 5B out, and they are able to put it all together, going up around and making Killer Kitty. If you're gonna take this, you gotta work for it.
Nice.
EA. It's just paid off in spades.
I mean, how many rounds do we see Killer Kitty round start air dash in with a button, right? So look, we called it out. Overdrive. EA said, thank you for the active flow. Thank you for that damage in the lead here. We're looking at a game 5 potentially if we can find it. Another burst bait, but burst search too strong here for Soliloquy. He's now trapped in the corner.
And just presses as Killer Kitty tries to set up the slow fireball to get some plus frames. You can't burst that. Soliloquy coming back, and we are now both one game away. We are at the very last game of this loser's side of this bracket right here. Whether Soliloquy can keep this run going or Killer Kitty puts it all together.
It's not impossible, but it's always a little unlikely, and that a first to 3 can make a big difference sometimes. But in this situation, it made all the difference. Despite Soliloquy getting their butt beat right now in this game number 5, they got to this point because it was a first to 3, so it's working out well for them. And if they can find their way back here, potentially they can maybe take it. But Killer Kitty already has Soliloquy not quite dead to rights, but in a terrible spot.
And snipes them right there. Soliloquy not going down without a fight right here, and gets the reset right there, which lets him get the OTG, and ODs through the anti-air and takes the round. Soliloquy, stellar work.
Again, that time stop, using overdrive so effectively, consistently, meets the air-to-airs. Killer Kitty once again goes for the air dash round start, has already lost almost a third of their life, and Soliloquy in the perfect spot here. Neither play with really a burst at all whatsoever, but Soliloquy does get tagged there with a full combo.
Catches them with the air-to-air right there, and baits out the Soliloquy's in the driver's seat now.
And that was a counter assault's gone too. Killer Kitty out of bar. No burst, no bar, no hopes, no dreams. Soliloquy. The 3-0 reversal is imminent here. One super away.
Killer Kitty tries to burst, but you can't burst that. And Soliloquy reverse 3-0. Very, very impressive from Soliloquy right there. And Killer Kitty, even though they went through the entirety of the latter phase of this bracket, cannot make it to grand finals. as Soliloquy moves on to Grand.
Even harder. Grand Finals of Paragon BBCF. Dark Souls 2 versus Soliloquy. Platinum versus New 13. We got Looney Tunes Tricks versus a zoning queen herself. How will this go? Can Soliloquy maintain their composure and the way they won against Kota Kitty? Will Dark Souls 2 get those shenanigans going? Already getting damage in. Half-Life gone, but the jump from Dark Souls 2. Off to the corner you go. Mammy Circular for the extension. We got a Frying Pan, so we can get some combo extensions as well and some repressure if you do it right.
A bit of a drop, but Soliloquy using the air cell there to get the hit right there. Very impressive. DS2 using the pogo stick to be able to get through a bit of the projectiles right there.
Right, and then Soliloquy bursting, I understand that. We're gonna have the super rockets, at least as an option there, and that got a huge hit. Jumping over, and we blocked the counter assault. I love the jump because you land early and you're able to block the situation. So Dark Souls 2 made a hard read over Soliloquy, who has gone for counter assault consistently as one of the best reversal options that New's gonna have, but it did not work.
Yeah, a genuine issue with New is what else do you have besides something like counter assault? And even amongst all of the counter assaults in the game, it's not the best in the first place.
These pogos on the gravity wall are so good. Like watching them go over the swords as well as like get past the gravity wall because the pogo goes a set distance is really cool little wrinkle of the matchup.
Yeah. Where it's just you get to essentially mess up their timing if they are looking to just try to zone you out.
Okay, gets hit by the low Mammy Circular. Okay, extensions there. We're gonna get burst soon on Soliloquy's side, but I think Dark Souls in a prime position here for game one.
And gets hit by the grand grab, and the bubbles right there. We're popping Rody. You are not bursting this. But we're not in our plate.
The K-stick letting us down. The back row getting caught too with the low. Hold on. So look, Pixel comeback is potentially imminent. We get hit by the summoning swords. We need one more good combo though after this.
Bending the meter on the super again. And ODs through the cat hammer. And Soliloquy putting a round up as well, trying to get this reset going.
These overdrive situations have worked out so well for Soliloquy. Gets the sweep trade confirmed as well, so they get the life lead already out the gate. Getting game one early could be huge because, again, in that last set, they went down 2-0. If they don't have to make a 3-0 comeback, it could be so much easier for them to get a reset here, potentially.
And the roll forward gets through the bubble. Very smart from Soliloquy right there.
Alright, we have the hammer available here. But wake up, Mammy Circular into the guard crush! Not ready for the bonk. And that's going to be some nice damage here for Dark Souls.
And Dark Souls getting active flow going in. Soliloquy's in overdrive here, and you can't do anything about that. Soliloquy takes the first game of this grand finals right here.
The risk was so well put together. I love the overdrive super after the activation. Instead of just going for EA saying, I got a super here. I have one that's going to push you away multi-hits unless you have like a reversal to bust through it and hit me out of it, then whatever. It don't matter. And gets on the board that first game. That's so important as Soliloquy is showing that they have the power and the ability to beat Dark Souls 2.
DS2 trying to find some way to get in, using all these tricks and doohickeys, but getting hit by one themselves as they get faked out by the overhead and gets hit low.
And now it's just trying to chase after Nu, and it's hard. Nu with the life lead has this control and can play how she likes. Blocks the Mammy Circular, forces the resources spent. We do have a Halo, but it's spent already, and Soliloquy is just like, I'm out.
And doing the super there to just make it sure that it goes through the pogo. All throughout the pogo's duration. And still hits it by the time it's done.
Alright, good answers from Soliloquy. And then the EA from downtown. Oh my god.
The EA is functionally the same size as all of her drives, which is massive. You get some of these extremely long-range punishes.
Alright, Soliloquy just freestyling it in a lot of these round starts, but look how dominant they are here against Dark Souls 2. Poised to go up 2 games. Boop. And just like that, 2-0 lead. Soliloquy, one more game away from the reset. 6 games, not that difficult. 6 games, I've been through hell and back, playing and struggling, but doing the damn thing with New 13. Dark Souls 2 has to dig deep here and figure something out.
Yes, for sure. Soliloquy also just having so much momentum on their side right now. DS2 is, oddly enough, kind of put into the position where if this reset happens, they're fighting such an uphill battle.
Yeah, tough road here. Even like the round start, gets the kitty stick going, gets tagged again, and the full combo of Soliloquy is making everything count. Has not really skipped a beat, is not scared of nothing.
Catches trying to press out, but not able to get a full combo off of it. It doesn't matter. You're just so spaced out, you can't do much at this spacing. Soliloquy trying to push some combo, and it pays off. That took too many hits for it to only do 2.8k.
That's the story of News Life here. Now, reset point for Soliloquy. Dark Souls 2 though, early hit. They need to stick to Soliloquy. Up close and personal, gets another bonk. And this is the kind of round that helps turn the tides. But we roll forward, we tech out, and we find the low. Soliloquy may have a harder time this round, but at the very least they have Dark Souls 2 cornered, and they have everything they need to just be in control.
Soliloquy getting this momentum back, acting like nothing ever happened in the rest of this round. Pops OD, instead of trying to finish the combo, they opt to go full screen. They get DS2's burst, so even if DS2 wins this round, they're not in the best of situations.
Right. So the same side! There's the blades, life lead for Soliloquy, goes for the low, gravity wall's good, and gets the reset. 3 games to none, as Dark Souls 2 couldn't even etch out a round.
Actually, just so much momentum on Soliloquy's side here. And yet again, they need to stay focused and try to keep this momentum, because this is a bracket reset. You still have another first to 3 here. So
what? Okay, so we've seen like some good pressuring, good combo situations there from DS2. They've navigated some of these gravity walls and these blades with like some pogos to get around some things. But when it comes to anything that's the mid-range or further out, they seem a little bit more lost when it comes to navigating the swords as well as even finding their way back in. And I'm not really sure what approach they need to take. What do you think?
The wheel of fate is turning.
something I am very much so noticing is that that loss is leading to some sort of decision paralysis. They seem to be very slow on their presses. They're Soliloquy is very much so taking advantage of how DS2 wants to play patient. They want to run their defense patiently. So Soliloquy is going to keep on taking advantage of some of these resets, some of these situations where I can slow down the game and you won't be willing to press until it's too late.
I mean, it's already looking too late in this round here. Soliloquy at the right distance, just staying out of Platinum's range, and just Dark Souls 2 can't weather the storm. Another round on Soliloquy's side as this reset is turning into their favor very quickly.
With that JA, they can maybe make something work here. But
with the tech out and the escape, and now you give New all this room to work.
not able to get the air throw there. Something additionally with how much Soliloquy has made the pace of the game theirs, DS2, even their offense is suffering for it. Because they're mentally they're shot. So
yeah. They not even really get a chance to summon. A lot of these summons don't really help much at these ranges, right? So it's difficult. Gets the jump out, but what is it worth? You get a far B. There's a little something here and some damage as well. The air throw reset. Okay, Dark Souls 2 restabilizing, getting some solid damage here. Has plenty of bar as well.
Soliloquy getting the super, giving themselves some space right there. Here it goes.
All right. Can't even counter assault out. You just have to hold this. And now we're at a barrier. Chip is a problem here, as Dark Souls 2 has to save themselves here. They have to block with everything they got. And the low first game to Soliloquy.
It is of note that news drives actually don't chip you. So the main thing that you're actually looking to try to barrier is the little wheel that comes through, and the bigger blade that she sets up for the sniper shot.
Alright, and the big blade paid dividends here. Up a game already, but now Dark Souls 2 is trying to run it in. Wants to stay on top of here and get something going, but it's just these ranges work out for Soliloquy so well, and they've defended extremely well too. It's going to be able to at least get their turn back here. Gravity Wall is good, and now we're seeing just big pressure.
Put them back full screen. Good JB confirm from Soliloquy.
Oh my gosh.
Just everything they're doing pans out in their favor.
Although this is solid damage, about 3k. Should be a little something here to help put Dark Souls in a good position. There's no overdrive to worry about, but the up back actually saving the bacon into the sword super just to push back to mid-screen.
Gets caught trying to do a very committal end here instead of 6-8 right there.
Alright, nice RC finish, and that's 3 rounds straight for Soliloquy in the reset. They are looking like they are poised to just run right through Dark Souls 2 like a knife through butter.
A various amount of technologically enhanced knives, I suppose you can say.
Oh, this is looking dire. Even with like the range of the kitty stick, it doesn't matter. Soliloquy is just putting blades to butt and just looking unstoppable. Their barriers are solid. Gets hit by the low into RC, but immediate overdrive again.
Again, as I mentioned beforehand, the dominance of Soliloquy has kind of also given some sort of hampering to Dark Souls 2's overall play. That being said, with that round, they're able to put it all together and look a lot more like they have the rest of this bracket.
Yeah, they only need so much to get going, right? They just need a couple solid hits. They're running right in. I don't know. I don't know about full sending it down mid, but you know, you do what you gotta do, and you're already getting that first start here. Finally, Dark Souls 2 gets a nice life lead to start around instead of having to keep this chase down going.
Breaking their ankles right there.
Maybe circular, gonna be avoided, not punished. At least get a small combo. Okay. Dark Souls 2, slightly trying to get this up 1-1, but the low. Confirmed, looks good too off the gravity well. Not gonna even things out yet, but Soliloquy has all this room again to play.
Nice to go for the overhead this time, and not able to let DS2 out. They're ready for the Mommy Circular as well. It's gonna do loads of damage with Overdrive, with Active Flow.
And all you got is a frying pan and a baseball bat. This is like probably the last items you want to have to deal with New in this situation here.
Gets the boost chop.
And that was a delayed hit, so we get the combo. Aerodat Typhoon, we're alive! We tie it up and finally got a game on the board. After weathering, literally Dark Souls 2 is playing Dark Souls right now, trying to fight this boss that is Soliloquy. And they got through the first life bar. It is just New of the Infinite Blades. Dark Souls 2 is just playing a pure and honest, quote-unquote, Platinum the Trinity.
This... We're back here to neutral, as DS2 is taking a more aggressive approach now. Finally finding space here.
And they better understand Soliloquy's rhythm. So they find these dead zones and they cash out, but the Soliloquy has been answering things back really well themselves too, so nice solid hit. Not a big damage, but we're in control until the Mammy Circular says, nah.
Tries to guard cancel the cat hammer.
It kind of worked out because they got the anti-air as they were coming down, but I don't know if a Murakuma backdash is better than a cat on a stick.
Just like quantifying things as how equal they are to a cat on a stick.
I can't think of many things better than that.
Fair.
Oh boy. Some big start here. The Soliloquy hasn't had a round like this in about 2 rounds, so at the very least they can get some of that comfort back as they are putting Dark Souls in the blender here in the corner. But another reversal Mammy Circular hits the mark.
The sniper shot got their back right there. We're gonna bring this. This is a burst safe combo.
Alright, okay, who goes up 2-1? Who gets that lead here in this potential final set, excuse me.
We'll send them back into the corner here. But we don't care, we're gonna fatal you right there.
And we added the burst bait too as extra measure, as Soliloquy is continually getting hit by these Mammy Circulars, but hasn't broke down with a burst against him yet. It's gonna have to burst here though, yeah. Burns it. And we're gonna get the power bombs.
And Super, bring them all the way to the corner here.
47 hits, 2.5k damage. The life of New 13. But we have the corner and we have a life lead. Oh no! Aerodat Typhoon? Yeah, that should do it.
To get the extra damage here, and that's more than enough right there.
Even the plushies, the army of plushies, just to make sure the deal is sealed. All right, Cowcat. Dark Souls 2 has won 2 straight. As I think they got their bearings and might close us out here.
They could, however, Soliloquy is not backing down, to say the least. Oftentimes, when someone finds a way around someone's game, the other person doesn't know how to respond, and Soliloquy seems to know exactly how to respond here, and is willing to bite back. This game could go either way.
We finally avoided the Mamie Circular reversal, even though we went for the low one. And now Soliloquy enjoying a good life lead again. All the meter in the world and nice overhead setup. Okay. If we can get more of these rounds, we can go to a game 5. And I wouldn't put it past Soliloquy to keep this going. Oh.
And just gets hit by the drives, trying to get out again.
Yeah, the overhead RC confirm was probably just maybe a little bit of a burst bait. Hard to say. Soliloquy getting first blood again. Run under, finding some damage. Full screen with the gravity well. The pogo, double pogo over, again, has been a fun little answer. And then we get the delayed booty bump just for some nice damage.
Neat little combo right here in the bubble with the command grab right there. Dark Souls 2, that's one of those things where even against the best of players, that might mess with them mentally. Error. I mentioned it beforehand, but use guard cancel, even though the new relies on it so much, their guard cancel sucks.
It is ass, unfortunately. But, you know, oh no, the tech roll actually goes right under the 5C and lets Dark Souls 2 get a full combo. This is not the way that Soliloquy wants this round to go. Although they delay tech, and it actually works out.
Having just enough space to avoid the hammer right there.
Okay. Shots fired into super, just to get some space here. Nice extended pressure. As right now, DS2, all they can do is just hold down back and say their prayers.
Something interesting I saw DS2. They were explicitly not the area roll, so that if they got the chance to pop OD, they would get the full 8 seconds of time, but they're not gonna see that pan out.
Alright, in game 5, we're down to our final game here. Not a 3-0 for Soliloquy like the first side of Grand Finals. Dark Souls 2 went up 2-1, but Soliloquy making this down to the wire. One final game to see who will be our champion today for Blazblue Centralfiction here at Paragon.
Grand Finals reset right here. Soliloquy on new, DS2 on Platinum. The very last game of this bracket right here.
And already Soliloquy getting that first hit, getting the corner situation. This is the way you want this to start, as your Soliloquy. But guess what? Fatal Counter Mammy Circular has been probably the most effective thing that Dark Souls 2 does. It's not an invincible reversal, it just goes over lows and mids, and on counter hit, it is a moneymaker.
It's close enough, and that's all you need. I'm gonna get this knockdown, but Soliloquy rolls out the corner right there.
Okay, back to mid-screen. Low Mammy Circular RC, and now we're going coast to coast. This is a Dark Souls 2 round. Should be able to close it out here. Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 one round away from taking this entire bracket after having it nearly snatched from them, but Soliloquy won't let go.
No, I mean, it's remember, this is the player that went down 2-0 to Killer Kitty just earlier and won this back 3 back. They know how to be resilient. They know how to bring any dire situation into their favor. They are in the corner. Nice escape. Doesn't get a combo off of that, but we do find another hit here. And Dark Souls 2 now is gonna hold on to that burst until the very end. And if you go to a final round, especially.
they're gonna get the super. Try to take as much of an advantage as possible.
Ooh, the unseen overhead.
Two. They opt not to burst. And now we are in the final round situation between DS2 and Soliloquy here. Who will take it?
And they've both been playing amazing. Dark Souls 2's had such like brilliant moments that paid off so well, whereas Soliloquy's just been very consistent and very their game plan has just been paying off so well. Look at this, already early lead, a third of life gone. Corner pressure's good as well, but the kitty stick finds some hits and gets some space.
We got another knockdown here. Good block on the cross-up from DS2, but gets hit by the overhead. Gonna RC that, get good combo coming out of that. Just more zoning, more keeping DS2 locked in place, trying to find more space.
Ooh, counter hit missile! The powered missile gonna be a big chunk of damage. So Soliloquy has a burst, is gonna spend it on the Mammy Circle. There's still 2 more missiles to go, you gotta respect them.
Another missile, and right there, and DS2 pops OD. They might end it all here. Right here, and the winner of this bracket, by the skin of his teeth, Dark Souls 2, taking it.